Hello, boys and girls. Today we're starting a brand new chapter book. It's the first book in a long series of books. This book series is called Magic Treehouse, and the one we're reading today is the very first book in the series called Dinosaurs Before Dark. The author is Mary Pope Osborne. Take a close look at the picture on the front cover, and you can see some things that might be happening. We have a dinosaur, and we have a young girl running to catch the dinosaur and a boy riding the dinosaur on the back. What do you think about that? Let's take a look. So in chapter books, you will have a table of contents, and in this book, since it's a series of books, it has a whole giant list of all the other Magic Treehouse books. So if you like this book, you might be able to check the other books out from the library. In this series, it says there are 28, plus then they have another series called Merlin Missions, and it goes all the way up to number 51. Wow, that's a lot of books in this series. But like I said, this is book number 1, so it's the very first book, and it teaches us all about the Magic Treehouse and the characters in the story. It's written by Mary Pope Osborne and illustrated by Sal Murdoka. Dinosaurs Before Dark. And here's the table of contents. Like we said before, the table of contents tells you the names of the chapters, how many chapters there are, and what page the chapter starts on. So chapter 1 is called Into the Woods, and it starts on page 1. And you can see that it goes all the way until chapter 2 starts, which is called The Monster, and that one starts on page 6. Today I'll read chapter 1. Oh, and there are 10 chapters in this book. Chapter 1, Into the Woods. Okay. Help! A monster! Said Annie. Yeah, sure, said Jack. A real monster in Frog Creek, Pennsylvania. Run, Jack, said Annie. She ran up the road. Oh, brother. This is what he got for spending time with his 7-year-old sister. Annie loved pretend stuff, but Jack was 8.5. He liked real things. Watch out, Jack, the monster's coming. Race you. No thanks, said Jack. Annie raced alone into the woods. So when you're reading a chapter book, there aren't as many pictures. Maybe 1 or 2 pictures in each chapter at the most. So your job is to listen to the story and make pictures in your head. So I'm picturing in my head the little girl named Annie racing ahead into the woods. Jack looked at the sky. The sun was about to set. Come on, Annie, it's time to go home. But Annie had disappeared. Jack waited. No Annie. Annie, he shouted again. Jack, come here. Jack groaned. This better be good, he said. Jack left the road and headed into the woods. The trees were lit with a golden late afternoon light. Come here, called Annie. There she was. Can you picture her? Standing under a tall oak tree. Look, she said. She was pointing at a rope ladder. The longest rope ladder Jack had ever seen. Wow, he whispered. The ladder went all the way up to the top of the tree. There at the top was a tree house. It was tucked between 2 branches. That must be the highest tree house in the world, said Annie. Who built it? Asked Jack. I've never seen it before. I don't know, but I'm going up, said Annie. No, we don't know who it belongs to, said Jack. Just for a teeny minute, said Annie. She started up the ladder. Annie, come back. She kept climbing. here's a picture. Take a look. That really is the highest up treehouse, the longest rope ladder that I've ever seen. Wow. Do you see Annie? Is she already at the... Oh, there she is, look. Oh, she's already up in the treehouse, way up there. She made it to the top, and there's Jack, down at the bottom still. Jack sighed. Annie, it's almost dark. We have to go home. Annie disappeared inside the treehouse. Annie! Jack waited a moment. He was about to call again when Annie poked her head out of the treehouse window. Books! She shouted. What? Books! It's filled with books! Oh man, Jack loved books. He pushed his glasses into place. He gripped the sides of the rope ladder, and up he went. Yep, that's the end of chapter 1. Wow, what would you think if you saw a treehouse with a rope ladder that tall? What would you do? Would you climb the rope ladder? Or would you stay down on the ground? That's a very tall ladder. What would you do?